you're doing another one.
Yeah, I'm live now. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Great. I'm just going to throw this into the chat. I don't know if anybody will reconnect.
I'll turn that off.
Please put the volume down. Sorry guys, just bear with me. I am just throwing this into the Facebook chat to see if anybody else wants to join us to continue our chat while we have a connection. It might be fleeting. Okay, I'll throw that in the chat and we will see where that goes. I know we probably lost most of the viewers, but I am going to post this either way so you can watch it back and we'll kind of pick up from where we were. I will kind of do this over for those who missed the beginning of my first stream where I was live, but I was disconnecting unfortunately, and I think we lost most of our viewers. But we will see if anybody comes back. Hey Princess, do you want to maybe just let Kim and a few people? Yeah.
I put it in the chat and I'm going to let them know.
Okay, so we'll reach out to a couple of y'all and see if you want to bounce back in here and give it a minute. But basically I'll just do a rerun of where we were at because there's really nobody in the chat yet. So I am David Conan. I did start Cruising with Conan. It's a travel agency. We work with the travel agent next door and get the best deals from across Canada. We get people set up on tours. We get people set up at resorts, on cruises. You name it, we can do it. We can get you a great deal, but more importantly, we can put together all those pieces and manage your dream vacation, your dream adventure. So that's who I am, and I have spent a bit of time, if you followed me at all, in Jamaica this year. I did come down here in April. Brought the princess, showed it off to her. She was in love with Cuba, and we have a new favorite. I shouldn't say that. They all have their charm, but it's definitely we're hooked right now on Jamaica, on Negril. So we did come in April. I did come down here for work in July. You may have seen some Facebook posts. There's no YouTube out on that. Life kind of caught up with us this summer. We've had an extreme one. So I, needless to say, do not have any footage out yet on my repeat Samsara and first take at Sandal South Coast. I got to check out. That was very cool. There's gonna be some stuff coming out on that when we get home. That's being worked on. So the reason we went live tonight again was simply to put the message out there. It's a common concern traveling October into November. It's hurricane season, but we got caught up in it. We couldn't get out of the country. We were basically stuck here flight-wise, and we are in it now. So we're just talking a little bit about preparation and what you do, what you would do in this situation. Have you seen a situation like this? Basically, the timing we are looking at is we were headed home Friday. That's when we were slated to go. It was Halloween. I was saying in the last video, things got much more scary with a Cat 5 hurricane that's about to make landfall on Jamaica on the south coast. It's you might be able to hear the ocean picking up in the background right now. The winds are picking up, the rain's starting, power's in and out. So if you lose me again, I definitely apologize. Good to see my mom is back in the chat. Hey, it's Denise Conan. She just booked with Cruising with Conan. She's going to Cuba, our favorite spot in the Cayos, Cayo Guillermo. She's going to be spending a month down there soon. I'm somewhat jealous of that vacation right now, but we're making out okay. So I just want to reassure everybody, the hotel we're at, Samsara Cliff Hotel in Negril on the West Coast, is doing absolutely everything in their power to keep us safe and keep their workers safe. I know they do a lot for the community as well, but we are put up in the second floor of a concrete building, which should be secure through this. We are stocked on supplies. We have our water, we have our food. So we are some of the blessed ones on the island. Where our hearts go to and what we think about is the people that aren't in the same position as us. So we drive down, or we don't drive, but they drive us down the street, and you see your wood structures, tin roofs, zinc roofs. I don't know how it's all going to hold up when these winds hit. You'll see in my thumbnail I put 160. I think we're going to see some winds topping probably 175 miles an hour. Things are slowing down, which is not a good thing necessarily, because the frictionless rotation on the ocean just picks up speed, and there was supposed to be I believe a North Gulf Stream that brought it northeast through the island. That has yet to come. Last update I watched, I'm sorry, I'm not fancy, I don't have the split screen with the radar and everything, but I was just watching a lot of live you can imagine, I'm sure, for the past day. And wow, Hollyweave is saying 243 kilometer winds. That's absurd, and it's somewhat.
All we've ever had at home is 100-kilometer-hour winds for snowstorms.
So the princess is just saying we haven't seen anything like this before in Canada. We do get blizzards, but it's not going to be anything like this. So, as I was mentioning, the storm is set to hit the south part of the island. So it is looking to make landfall around Treasure Beach, around the Black River, and moving northeast through the island towards Montego Bay, towards Ocho Rios. I think one of the big concerns is how Kingston makes out throughout all this. That's the second airport in play. And that's not a personal thing. That's just, there's a lot of people that live there, and they are going to take not a direct hit, but they are going to be on the surge side of it, where they're going to get a lot of water. And because of the mountains behind them, there's nowhere for this water to go, unfortunately. So it does run back into a basin, essentially, which is what makes this so scary for so many people that can't get away or can't get to higher ground. These are the people that are kind of in our prayers and in our thoughts today. So I guess we just wanted to go live to make sure that we got people that are thinking about them, that are potentially reaching out to friends, family, whatever it may be. And there's going to obviously be options and avenues to support and help out the Jamaican communities that are going to be affected so heavily by this. Not to make this about our own flight again, we have moved our flight date back a week. So for now, we are on Air Canada Flex right now. So we have the ability to play with the dates a little bit and see what happens with the airport reopening. That is the princess there popping in. She's got her braids up for the next show off of that, I guess. Looking very, very evening wear this evening. But yeah, so we are definitely keeping Kingston and all the affected communities in our thoughts and prayers, and we're just hoping that anybody watching this or anybody we can reach is doing the same and potentially reaching out to any organizations that will be putting drives together. If you had the means to come down and help yourself, which is probably not an option, it is an undertaking we've put some serious talk into, and I believe we will be at least looking at. The princess is a nurse by trade and does that back in Canada. So she's already reached out, obviously, through the proper channels and will likely be volunteering in some capacity when the smoke settles. So we don't know yet when water recedes, when there's power, when there's roads. But so we will be waiting for a phone call on that opportunity for her. And with my basic carpentry skills and labor, I will be helping the hotel, hopefully, to piece this place back together in the meantime. You will obviously be able to follow us, and we will try and keep everyone updated on everything. If I have power, if I have a Wi-Fi connection, I'm certainly going to touch base again in the morning. The brunt of it is set to hit actually in the next coming hours to 12 hours, and it's going to roll through the island basically all day tomorrow. It's moving almost slower than someone can walk. So it's going to do some serious damage, obviously. The wind speed alone, and then you start to twin that with some of the high points and basins for the water. There's just nowhere for it to go. Traditionally, there's going to be roads underwater. The part of the island it's going to be hitting, the south part of the island, is the main power hub for the island. So the island will likely be without power for an undetermined amount of time. We do have, again, the blessings of having generators at the hotel, which is the only reason I have a light where you can see me right now. Most people are going to be in the dark, literally and figuratively. They're going to be disconnected from friends, family, communication, news, and every other medium you could possibly need in something like this. So again, it's not a tangible thing, but it really is. Thoughts and prayers go a long way. The positive thoughts that have been coming our way has been overwhelming. Our DMs have been flooded with people that knew we were here, people that heard we were here. Again, I didn't advertise the fact we were coming down a lot. We knew there was the storm risk, and this is just one of those once in 100 shots. So here we are. Ironically, the storm is named after my girlfriend, Melissa. That's a real tribute that we're not advertising a lot on the island. And a fun fact that is not fun, the next storm that comes through is named Nestor, which is the owner of this hotel we are staying at. So it's a small world situation here. Again, I was just kind of getting into before we cut off there in the first go at this, just kind of wondering if anybody else has seen anything like this. Where's Melissa? Kimmy is worried about Melissa. She was just on camera a second ago. She just popped in here. She is here. I promise you. She's on the balcony somewhere with me. It's a big balcony. I'm looking around for her right now. I can hear her. But she is fine. Thank you for asking, Kimmy. A lot of stuff happens when people travel, so it's a good thing to have a girlfriend looking out for you like that. So again, just huge blessings and huge thank you to everybody who did reach out and sent their thoughts and prayers. I really hope Canada steps up as a Canadian for the island, the island is going to need just about everything you could possibly imagine, including manpower and woman power, of course. So of course, coming down may not be possible in person, but anything you can do is going to go further than you could possibly imagine. They're always underprepared for things like this, because how can you be prepared for such destruction? So that's kind of where we're at on the storm front. For anybody trying to reach out to me for any business purposes or for travel at this time, I am doing my absolute best when we have power, when I have Wi-Fi, to jump on and get through as many emails as I can. If I do miss you, please hit me up again. It's not intentional. It's a crazy time right now, and there's a lot going on. So we've been doing a lot of preparation and trying to ask what we can do around the hotel, and they won't let us do anything. So I would imagine that's all on the other end of it, on the other side of the daylight here, that will inevitably show up. We're looking at the worst of it probably overnight and into tomorrow. So we will try and go live again tomorrow, so you can at least see we're still here and the balcony exists, that we are on. I can't really show you anything, even if I pivot my laptop right now, just because it is very dark out. You will simply see the backdrop behind me that you can't see. Just a little bit about flights again. Our own personal situation, we always err on the side of caution and book flex. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Luke. I see you're praying for us, and that means the world to us. Kimmy is not satisfied with the voice. She thinks
she saw me.
She thinks I ventriloquisted it. You may want to come pop your beautiful face on here again, just so they can see that you are still available on the balcony.
I'm here.
She's here, Kimmy. She's alive in the flesh. Thank you again for all the well wishes, y'all. That means a lot. So looks like we got a few new people coming in. We hit double digits for the first time. We're up to 10 live people chatting. So I'm going to go back and ask again if anybody has seen any storms that would resemble something like this, even tropical storms where you had to shelter in place, do any kind of grocery shopping, do any kind of prepping. Wondering what you put together, what kind of list you put together. It's obviously the 13th hour now. We're well past where we can leave and pick up anything. And I don't think Amazon is still coming, so that's done. But just kind of curious what everybody else has done for our own peace of mind. We could take you on a tour, but we've stuffed the fridge with food. We do have water. We do have the basics. Oh, very nice. The princess is responding to Luke. Wondering if anybody else is going to be popping back into the chat. I know we lost a few people when our connection went down, and I do apologize about that. We've been flipping between Wi-Fi to try and find a stable connection. It didn't look like the hotspot was going to work, so we were back on hotel Wi-Fi. So if we have another little dip or surge or the generator kicks in, we might bounce again. But just know I am trying to get a few minutes out of this, and I am trying to keep you posted. So I might pop back on, and I will be back on in the morning if the ability is there. So if you're not sick of seeing me yet, I'll even change my shirt. So again, we are sheltering in place. We do have the princess, who's a nurse, so she does have us covered for medical supplies. We do travel with a small pharmacy for anyone wondering or concerned, or if you do see this and you're at the hotel, you know where we're at. We're the loud ones. You'll find us. Please come knock on the door. We've mentioned it to everybody, but we got you. All we can do is pray for everybody. Everybody's been amazing working together with the hotel. The hotel's been amazing. Again, I can't stress it enough. We're at Sam Sarah Cliff Hotel. if you're ever worried how a hotel reacts in the face of crisis, it's like they've done it 100 times. So it was unbelievable. It was like clockwork. I was having my morning stretch and breath work and swim, and I looked over and I saw the owner on top of the roof with some help putting up boards over the restaurant windows, making sure his workers had a place to stay if they couldn't make it home that night. I watched him put sandbags down with the help of the amazing guys that keep this place looking beautiful. Shout out George, shout out Melvin, shout out Andy, shout out everybody, front desk girls here to the 11th hour, bartenders here to the 11th hour, restaurant workers, making sure we had supper before they went home. I've never seen a coordinated effort like that that could probably be considered so selfless. That's amazing. Just a real team performance. So if you're looking for a safe place to stay, I would definitely recommend the Cliffs of Negril, and I would definitely recommend Samsara. I might be biased because I love this place and I want to see it full, but they've been amazing to us. So we're going to try and reciprocate if they let us when the smoke settles after this. And again, just kind of getting to flights as a travel agent, I do always recommend booking flex, having that flexibility to move your flight. If it's in better times, there's no storm and you have to be back for something, it's a shorter trip, maybe no cancellation, saving a bit of money works. But with us, we'd like to have that safety net of being able to move the flight just for anything. And in this instant, it did save us forfeiting our flight likely, because I don't see a world where this all settles down and the airport is fully functioning by Friday. So I could be surprised, I could be wrong. I'm not the hurricane chaser, I'm not the expert on this, but I just have a feeling that moving our flight back, if for no other reason than to stay and do anything we can to help, it's the right thing to do at this point, and that's the decision we've made. So for loved ones that are concerned, I do apologize that we're staying in it a little longer than we probably could have. But for your own peace of mind, we were pretty much stuck here through the brunt of it, regardless. To the princess's parents, I know her mom's watching. I've been told that I need to keep her safe, and that is priority one. So for Kim or anyone that Melissa's friends, keeping her safe is priority one. Keeping us safe is priority one. We're not going to do anything stupid, but we are going to do everything we can at the same time as soon as we can. So the second we get the green light to leave our room, we're going to be trying to figure out any way we can put ourselves to work, because I don't know about you, but I don't think I could float around in a pool and sip on a daiquiri or a virgin daiquiri, watching the cleanup take place around me.
No, our mamas raised us better than that.
Our mamas did raise us better than that. Shout out Pauline and Denise. I guess just in the chat, I see there's a few people hanging in here, putting up with our connecting and reconnecting. It looks like we still got half a dozen people. We got 8 people other than who's watching here. I was wondering if any of you would have played this in a different manner, if you would have been trying to move heaven and earth to get out of here beforehand, obviously. If you would have stayed to try to do something in the after, or if just getting home to friends, family, and everything else would be priority. I don't know if we've made the correct decision, but it definitely feels right in the moment. So what do we got here? We got Kimmy K. Oh my God, stop! We're worried about y'all. Yeah, we're a little bit concerned about us too. So But to be perfectly honest, we have probably one of the more secure spots on the island if we were going to be on the island. If that's of any peace of mind to anyone, mind you, that can all change on a dime and in an hour's notice. So, but the one thing I will say again, because of the direction of the storm, because of our proximity to the direction of the storm, and because of the accommodations we do have in a concrete building, we're about as blessed as it gets with supplies, with shelter. I don't want to wager a guess at what percentage of the island can't say the same thing. So I don't know what to make of that really. I don't know what that's going to look like uh, when we can go outside. Again, if anybody has seen this before, please let us know what the drill's going to be, because in my eyes, there's going to be no power, there's going to be no travel, there's going to be a massive cleanup effort, and I can't imagine how full the hospitals, clinics, and otherwise are going to be. So, if you've seen this before, please, again, in the chat, let us know. The actual storm started as a tropical storm. It moved up to a Cat 4 storm, and it has kind of hovered over the ocean. It's moving at a snail's pace. It's moving at a walking pace at about 5 kilometers an hour right now. So there is nothing to do but pick up speed. I was watching the reports before I came live. Right before I came live, the wind speeds had dropped a little, thank goodness, on the last flyovers. I can't believe there's hurricane chasers flying over, but they're doing yeoman's work out there. I can't imagine how you fly through the eye of a hurricane or over, but that's beyond my pay grade. So the winds had dropped a little bit. Okay, we got, I guess it's Beak 1989. I'm aging you. 1898? No, 1989. That was a good year. If I was there, I would be helping, just like you will be doing, my friend. God bless. That's fantastic to hear, Beak. I couldn't imagine doing anything different right now. I guess I think it's to each their own and your own comfort level and maybe skill set. I'm a poor carpenter with level 1. I do have a lot of general labor experience and general experience working. So there's not much they couldn't put me to work doing if that came to it on the hotel side. Again, the princess is an accomplished nurse, so she's going to be the most value to this island and has already been in contact and has volunteering set up for the other end of this. So I do agree with you, Beak. I absolutely do agree with you. And I appreciate the sentiment of you saying if you were here, you would help just like we are. So that really means a lot. Oh, that's Paul. That's our boy Paul. He was in Cuba with us. How's it going, Paul? Nice to see you here. The alias. I didn't get the alias, and that's definitely not the birth year, brother. So you had me on that one. Maybe that's is that your favorite car? 1989? That's my guess. Favorite car. What's the make?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
We gotta know that you got a little friends are watching your podcast.
Oh, can we get him?
I don't know. Maybe you can show
Can we get him? This is our little dude. I don't know if you can see him. Watch my finger. Where's it? Where's my finger going to be? Right there. You can see him. He's a little gecko. He's a little lizard or gecko. What would you say?
Right now he just looks like a dot. He's a lizard.
He's a lizard.
Yeah.
That's what I'm being informed. I'm going to unplug everything so I don't drag everything off this table. I'm going to show you him because that might be the most interesting part of this cast. That's our buddy. We've named him Simon. I just did that now, actually. But that's in honor. That's a shout out to my boy Kyle back in the day. He had Simon the Gecko. I won't go into the story. It's a sordid tale. But we were best friends with Simon for a very long time. So that's Simon. That's our little buddy. He's been hanging out with us nightly. We tell him when we're going to bed, and he crawls in this hole in the roof, in the ceiling. So that's pretty cool. It's like we have our cat here. It's like Davita's here. So that's our little baby to put to bed. We do have our Jamaican dogs as well, and cats. So we do have our backup pets, but nothing quite the same as seeing our fur babies when we get home, and our real babies. So again, I don't know if you're watching, but Chloe, Dawson, Luke, shout out if you're on. Again, we are covering Hurricane Melissa. This is going to be a real one. This is hitting the island. This is enveloping the island. The eye of the storm is going to be going directly through the middle. Paul, if you're still on, I'm still curious what the 1989 is for. I want to know if that's your favorite make and model of a car. I have a feeling it is. I have a real feeling that's what I'm looking at there. Kimmy, I would be useless, but I totally want to help you, same as you, Melissa. Wow. Again, means a lot to hear that you would be doing the same. We had our apprehensions, we had our questions about whether that was the right thing to be doing with friends and family worried about us. But I think people can probably compartmentalize when the storm has passed. And realize, we're fine, and we're probably amongst the best off on the island at that point, and some of the only people here to help. So thank you, Kimmy. That means a lot. That really does mean a lot. We got Paul chiming back in. My business was established in 1989. I should have guessed. That was a good guess. That would have been a good guess, I should say. I did not guess that. I guessed the car thing because you are a gearhead, and I thought that would be the play. So yeah, okay, Paul established his business in 1989. That is fantastic. Maya 2504, are you in Jamaica? We are actually currently sitting in Negril, Jamaica. We are at the Sam Sarah Cliffs Resort. We are staying through the storm, obviously. It's making landfall come morning. Going to be tearing a swath through Jamaica very soon and all day tomorrow. So that's real. Yes, we are here. We're sitting on our balcony for now. That could change at any given moment. The wind is just getting stronger by the moment.
I found my third good luck charm, my third little ladybug, and they are a sign of good luck.
Well, for anyone worried, the princess has found her third little ladybug, and that is a sign of good luck. So take that for what it's worth, Probably the paper I wrote my show notes down on. But we will take it as a positive sign, because any positive sign, any well wishes, any prayers, anything for the island right now is in need. So again, relatable experiences, survival tips. Anybody been through something like this? What else we got in the chat here? Okay, so we got a few people that have dropped off. I'm probably droning on a little bit too long. I might wrap this up fairly soon for that reason. I just want to remind people, please, if you have the means, if you have the ability to help out, please help Jamaica. It's going to be a bad one. It's going to be all around need. There's going to be need for food. There's going to be need for aid. There's going to be need for medical. building supplies are even thin. Just getting boards to put up on the restaurant, the owner was saying, getting the screws, getting anything was in short supply. So obviously the rebuild is going to be stressed and it's going to be a time crunch. So anything anyone can do with any of these drives, just think about Jamaica, think about the people here. We're not all sitting in concrete buildings. A lot of wood huts with metal roofs out there that simply aren't going to make it through the storm. So travel is going to be extremely limited. I don't know how some of these people are going to make out. I don't know what else we can do at this point. We've obviously shared some food and shared some drinks, but I mean, that seems pretty minimal at this point because the destruction that's going to be set on the island is real.
The news has reported that it's already taken 4 lives in its path.
I had seen the news as well say 2 based on prepping and mudslides. The princess just let me know the toll is up to 4 now, unfortunately, and that count is only going to climb. So again, anyone who says they would have done the same thing as us, thank you very much. That gives us a lot of peace of mind that we're not out of our minds. But we are here through the worst of it. And if that's the case, I don't see another option than to stay and do what we can to get the resort or people or whatever it may be back up on their feet. I see there's a few of you that pop back in here. I was thinking of maybe wrapping this up fairly soon because I have been droning on for over half an hour. It wasn't my intent to make this a long one. But thank you very much to everybody that did join us in the chat. I would remind you, if you do want to see some of our lighter stuff, resort tours, places to go in Jamaica when we inevitably bounce back. And I use we because there's no other way to feel about this island and its family when we've been taken such good care of throughout this. And we see the united front that comes together as the storm grew closer. Even our trips through the grocery stores, as busy as it was, as shoulder to shoulder and hot and stressful and empty the shelves were, people were nothing but respectful to each other. People were offering up the last water to each other. I didn't see any fights over anything. That's commendable because I've seen fights in Canadian grocery stores over the last pack of licorice. So I don't know what that means really, other than I guess maybe in the face of adversity, we're more than we act sometimes. But
it means one love.
It means one love.
That's what it means.
It does mean one love. One team, one dream. So.
And that's what Jamaica stands for.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my best friends taught me that saying, and it's really true. One team, one dream. Shout out Thor, Tracy, if you're watching. But yeah, it was beautiful watching the island come together, watching everybody make sure people had a place to be, a shelter to put over their head, and some food to eat, some water to drink. I know they've dropped off multiple care kits for us, which is hugely appreciated. We have no idea when power will be restored, when water will recede. I'm by no means a meteorologist. I'm not here to tell you the details of what's going to happen during or after the storm. I've never been through more than a tropical storm. So this is new for everybody. This is some new territory for Cruising with Conan. I've never actually traveled in October, November before, fun fact, and we're 1 for 1 in hurricane season. So just kind of throwing it back to the flights again and bringing it full circle. If you are traveling, in the Caribbean, into the tropics, known times of these sort of pressure systems that roll through, don't take it lightly. Don't save $200 and book the no cancel flights. Book the flex fare. Give yourself some options. Give yourself some wiggle room. I mean, it really is a drop in the bucket in the grand scheme of a vacation. And just like insurance, it might save you a lot more in the end. So 2 things I definitely recommend is, the refundable flights that you can move around and insuring yourself. It's just, it's not negotiable in these kind of situations. I know people get away with it 99 times out of 100, but this is that 1 in 100 where nobody's going to get away with it. So that's where we're at, guys. I don't have a ton left written down. I've gotten through most of what I wanted to say, and I kind of held it together. So you can be the judge of that. But the Princess and I did definitely want to thank you so much for joining us tonight, and everything you've said, done, otherwise, the well wishes, the prayers, the messages. It's been truly overwhelming, guys. Never felt so loved. Thank you very much. And we're going to be there. There's going to be brighter days, and we're going to get through this, guys, just like we do everything. It's always an uphill battle in this life. So, watching people less fortunate come together and have a smile on their face through the whole thing, for us, probably more than anything, I know we can do just about anything on the other end of this when we go outside and we can actually put our hands to use and start to make a difference here. So you guys, a lot of love coming through in the chat here. Really appreciate it. Polly says, if you do sign off, David, please give us a time that you're going to be back online. That is a good point. I am going to be sharing that on Facebook. My goal is to be back online before 9 a.m. I believe that's going to be the worst of the landfall, the wind, and everything else. So I will post something on Facebook. I'll try and come up with a time tonight and hold to it. Apologies if we have more connection issues, if we drop power altogether. But if you don't see me, you know why. We're fine. We're absolutely fine, Mom. I promise you. I know you're worried. I talked to you tonight, and I could hear your voice. And just anyone I talk to, I know you're worried. We're going to be okay. We're going to all get through this together. We got multiple people in the hotel. We've all stocked up. We're all here. We're all on the 2nd floor in a concrete building. The staff is amazing. They're omnipresent. Some of them are staying here on site. So we're in a secure compound. There's not much else we can do at this point, guys. We're shelter in place, and we're gonna come together on this. We got love going from the princess to Kimmy, and then Kimmy, one of our former co-workers, excuse me, along with the Thor man, Tracy. One team, one dream. She just shouted out. And I couldn't agree with you more. That's where we're at here. My mom's saying goodnight. Hopefully all will be not as bad as what's called for. I think that's about all we can hope for at this point. I think that's probably our best case scenario at this point. It's minimum Cat 4 when it hits landfall, likely Cat 5. I mean, in our own path we're sitting in, obviously, we're hoping it misses us directly, but it's not going to miss everyone directly, right? So it doesn't really matter where it hits land. There's going to be a huge swath of people affected, and all we can hope for is that's minimized. Like you say, the winds drop. I know there's a lot about the eye wall and all the meteorology stuff. I'm not going to get into it because I don't know it inside out, and I don't want to mislead anybody. So all I know is the wind was picking up, then the wind was dipping, and it's set to make landfall first thing before sunrise. So I'm going to try and get on here. If I see things getting worse, I might move the time up. I might try and go live a little earlier while we got power and Wi-Fi and everything rolling still. But I will try and be on here before 9 a.m. If anybody is kind enough to watch me ramble through one of these again at my second attempt, God bless. Thank you very much for putting up with me. We're at minute 44, which is my favorite number. I should have probably signed off right there and given you all a break, but I think we are going to call it here. I don't have a lot else to say, and I don't want to just take up idle time. You've been amazingly kind giving me this time and just hearing where we're at and saving me 53 phone calls and all the rest. Well, I guess tonight it was probably about 10, but either way, maybe 16 with the previous. So I'm starting to blend chats to get to 20. This isn't not huge numbers we're putting up here, but it's my first go at it. And thank you very much for joining. We will be live again in the morning. We're going to do more of these, 3 more news updates. We're obviously going to be here through some of the cleanup. We're going to show you what some of that looks like, what it looks like for a hotel reopening. The whole works. You're going to get to see it from our perspective when there's more light in the daytime. I can't leave the room tomorrow until very late, or even possibly beyond that. Obviously, could be days, could be even longer. But we are 100% going to show you it from our perspective. We're going to show you what the resort looks like, what being sheltered in place looks like, and what eating out of a hotel room looks like. So you're gonna have some fun footage tomorrow. This was just my ugly mug on a balcony. You got graced by the pretty one sometimes there, but you only saw her twice, and that's just so you know she is okay. That was asked in the chat multiple times. Okay, so we got the princess saying goodnight to my mom. That is lovely. I think I'm going to do the same for all of y'all. Thank you so much for joining. I am going to end this stream.
Thanks for all the love.
Thank you so much for all the love from the princess. If you heard that, I'm sure you did. Can't thank you enough for tuning in and for potentially checking us out tomorrow and seeing what everything looks like after the winds go through, or at least start, because it's going to get wild, and we'll show you it the best we can from our perspective. And that might be huddled up in a shower. We don't know yet. So anyways, until we can put some more fun content out and maybe bring you some resort tours from this, I'll try and get my sandals footage out as quick as I can. I'll just remind you, please give the channel a like, or give the cast a like, give the channel a subscribe. That would help a small growing channel a ton. We're trying to get this out there to anybody we can. One love, Kimmy, one love, 100%. I couldn't agree with you more. Couldn't have said it better myself. We're going to hunker down. We're all going to come together, and hopefully the supplies that we've put together, the plan we've put in place, the faith we've put in God and each other will be enough to get us through this. And what we have left on the other end will be enough to make a dent in the recovery process. So obviously we're just 2 people, so we can do what we can. And until next time, thank you for checking out Cruising with Conan. I'm David. This is the princess.
Hello and good night.
And we are saying good night. We will try and catch up with you before 9 a.m. in the morning. I will post a more official time. Again, we weren't able to hold to that today based on connectivity, and there's no promises tomorrow because it's only going to get worse from here. But everything we can do to show you anything, connect with you, show you we're still here, we'll jump back on. Please feel free to connect with me on Facebook, Cruising with Conan. That's the way to get me there. You can hit me up on the website. Should be looking at any travel in the future, I'd be happy to put something together. I'll time it better than our own trips, I promise. And that really is about it for tonight. So again, thank you very much. We'll chat with you in the morning. We're going to stay safe. Y'all stay blessed and have a fantastic night out there.